What is up, everybody? Turboverse here today. And we're gonna talk about this fanboy who is apparently just losing it because of this whole Kojima and Xbox exclusive game deal. Um, so they have found a multiple of this guy's tweets where he's just losing his mind over this deal. So we're gonna get into it. That can probably like list of his different tweets. So it says the idea of Kojima giving us Death Stranding director's cut and them moving over to Xbox is incredibly disheartening. To me, Sony and Kojima Productions seem so close, it would be kind of shocking to see that outcome. So it's incredibly disheartening to him. Okay, so that's one thing right there. The next one, for what I understand, this Kojima Productions Xbox game doesn't exist yet. It sounds like it's far out, like 3 to 5 years out. So the question is simple. Has Kojima Productions only been working on Death Stranding Director's Cut or something else alongside it? So another tweet. Apparently this Xbox deal isn't final yet. The negotiations are still ongoing. I guess it's possible the only thing Kojima Productions could put out anytime soon is Death Stranding. And the next game is an Xbox exclusive cloud game for 2024 to 2025. That seems unlikely to me, his other tweet. Another possibility is that Kojima Productions has been working on a second game alongside Death Stranding, Director's Cut, and Microsoft is hoping to secure it as an exclusive. Native cloud game, but that assumes Kojima hasn't already made a deal with another platform holder. So this dude is really concerned about this Kojima game. like most people heard this news. Like when I first heard this news, I was like, okay, Kojima's making an Xbox exclusive game. I just moved on with my day. But this guy is definitely troubled by this news. This is kind of like the multiple stages of grief or acceptance, or like if they say here, the level of anxiety and sorrow that somebody's gone through from one. It's pretty ridiculous. Right? It's kind of crazy. Then he says and then he says it's disheartening to him to hear about this. Like what? Who cares that much? He said because Kojima's working on an Xbox game, that's disheartening to hear. Like that's pretty wild right there. So let's read some of these comments. A developer making a video game is disheartening. You have the question. You got the emoji with the question face, the thinking face emoji. When he is an extreme PlayStation fanboy, the video can be used to brag about PlayStation exclusives. I'm kind of gonna read the actual tweets responded. Imagine. It sounds very stupid when you think about it, doesn't it? Yes, because Xbox has no games. Can you imagine the mindset, the fact that someone else doesn't get to play your game brings you joy? Yeah, that is very weird right there. It's simple. Kojima was working on a game for Stadia, then Stadia died, so now that game is coming for Xbox. Not in 5 years because of developing. It started time ago, and Kim Swift is key to this project. I think the same Kojima has asked Microsoft to hire her. If you think Stadia is dead, you might want to check the coffin. All I see in there is xCloud and piss poor browser performance and no keyboard support. That said, Kojima combined they never stopped speaking to Stadia, but it's also speaking with Jade Raymond at Sony, so who knows? Okay. What we have here is an adult playing mental gymnastics over an unannounced game being released on Xbox and PC. For MBG, Kojima creating a new game isn't exciting. It is disheartening. Why? Because it isn't a PS5 exclusive. I realize the PlayStation fanboys takes video games personally. They grew up with Sony and Nintendo, so they're loyal to them. Now that Xbox is becoming the cool uncle, they feel some type of way that Sony isn't doing the same thing, so they blindly defend or poke fun as a coping mechanism. What people need to realize is Kojima doesn't have any sort of special preference for any platform or publisher. He'll go to anyone that enables him to make a game. If Microsoft or Sony are offering to fund a game of his, he'll work with them. Nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, because he doesn't care about this console war crap. He just goes where the money is at, like most people would do. These Sony fanboys should inform themselves better. Why do they keep talking about Xbox cloud games or cloud native? They have no clue what Xbox is missing up, where Xbox is and mixing up everything. Reads like Shakespearean comedy. Wonder how it ends. Happily ever after. Never heard of it. Okay. I don't like Kojima games, but seeing the desperation of Sony fans about this possible deal with Microsoft is very entertaining. Yeah, I don't care about Kojima games either, but this is definitely, like he says, pretty entertaining to watch these guys have these little meltdowns. Dude is questioning life because of this Kojima's decision about making a game on Xbox. It's pretty wild. Yeah, which is why I encourage him to get an Xbox, lol. I pre-shot that many hardcore PlayStation fans will have a temporary break from Twitter and come back to the Xbox alongside with their PlayStation. As it was always like that, well, Xbox gamers have no problem with having a PlayStation. You're missing the other two anger and acceptance, anger and acceptance tweets. So he says, Kojima! So I'm assuming that's how he wrote this tweet out, because it's in all caps and it's like an exclamation point. So his dude was really triggered by this news. Uh, okay, so we've seen this tweet already. The idea of Kojima giving us Death Stranding director's cut and over to Xbox. Okay, so the idea of Kojima giving us Death Stranding director's cut and then moving over to Xbox is incredibly disheartening to me. Sony and Kojima production seems so close, it'd be kind of shocking to see that outcome. So they call this anger and acceptance. This is pretty wild right here. Love seeing the mental breakdown of ponies. I'm sure soon MGS will be the worst games ever made. P2 will also be a figment of everyone's imagination. Just someone with a PlayStation hat crying. Okay, that's pretty funny. They sound like a crazy ex-boyfriend that can't let go, and if they can't have it, nobody can. Just a rumor and everybody be calm about it. No one gives a S except ponies. How disheartening. MBG in a nutshell, some clown dancing. Okay. You can clearly see the stages of grief to full denial with each essential tweet. I don't know if it's sad or funny when these grown-up people act up over what games. Oh wait. I don't know if it's sad or funny when these grown-up people act up over what game comes to what plastic box. Yeah, it is kind of. I mean, it's just sad and it's funny. So I gotta go deal with this tweet. It's definitely funny seeing these people have these reactions like this, but it's kind of sad at the same time because these people are grown. This gen wasn't what he thought it would turn out to be. The level of scared in his mind, shaking my head. Ah, well, whatever makes him sleep better at night. This guy's on panic mode after Xbox E3. Sorrow and sadness. Kojima! Endless possibilities all leading to pain. They really care too much about this. They really do, man. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. It's like if a game gets announced to be exclusive, it's like, okay, to move on about your day. But these guys really care about this exclusiveness. Damn, or the one thing that makes the most sense is that Kojima has two studios because you know he announced that he wants to open another one and that he will produce both games, and Silent Hill Rumored game and Xbox's game. I'm pretty sure the man is skilled enough to do both. Kojima's overrated in my opinion. Complications and a meandering plot don't add depth, but gamers want what he has to offer, so where's the problem? Oh wait, it's a you problem to whoa. Okay, I might have to read all that. So many assumptions, so little facts. Could be Death Stranding Xbox port as a salty pony. Okay. This is going to be a long journey for these guys. FAO. How you keep ending up on my timeline is beyond me. All he does is realize that Kojima was working on a cloud-based game that was not going to be with Sony. It was going to be with Google Stadia. So yes, he has a game that he wants to make that he cannot make with Sony. Okay, some are really scared. Sony's always treated Kojima like S, so they can sit down and be quiet. LOL. Has anyone checked on his well-being after these heartbreaking tweets? The fact that somebody needs to check on his well-being is pretty sad. Like, that's crazy. But has anyone checked on his well-being after these heartbreaking tweets? He makes it sound like Hideo has abandoned him and clutching on for dear life status. This is seriously pathetic. Effort's going mental over this Kojima as Beavis, heh. He said Kojima put out, heh. Okay. He sure was screaming LMFAO, now he is whimpering. I don't give a single S about Kojima or any of his terrible games, but I hope Microsoft acquires him just so I can enjoy watching the entire pony community drown in their own sea of salty tears, laugh at all the mental breakdowns, and watch them beg for someone to end their misery. Console warriors are the worst. It's seriously pathetic. I wonder how he felt when he typed all of this liberal brain damage. Pretty sad you get your jollies off of bashing other people who care about games grow up. I don't know which is more pathetic, being a brain dead console warrior or cyberstalking them. Bro, how low do you want to go? I think MBG is the only reasonable adult here talking about whether his game is being made for Xbox and what you're clowning the guy for being a fan of Kojima. He's clowned for being like so emotional over a game coming to a different platform. That's what he's been clowned about. It's kind of ridiculous to be that upset that a game might be an exclusive. It's pretty ridiculous right there. Kojima is talented. He doesn't care what every little PlayStation baby thinks is right for them. Whatever comes out for Xbox, play it and enjoy it and STFU. Whoa, okay. So these guys are really pissed in the comment section with that last comment. Jeez. So he says, this is sad. This guy better take a break. These PlayStation sellers like him are such clowns. Wow, is it that bad? Will this guy go to Nintendo if the deal goes through? Copium? Yeah, this is pretty this is pretty crazy right here. This guy is definitely affected by this deal if this game becomes Xbox exclusive. Well, it was already confirmed it's going to be Xbox exclusive, so I don't know why they're so triggered by this. It doesn't make any sense to me, but definitely see opinions down below. I think these guys are just losing it. They're going through the stages of grief and denial, or sorrow and anger, as the one person stated. Definitely see your comments down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.